Grounded either on the floor, on a block or a book. Placing palms on the knees. And closing the eyes if it feels safe to do so. And then bringing awareness to your breath without changing anything. Just following the breath in and out through the nose. Trace the breath traveling up and down the length of the spine. And then I invite you to take 3 intentional breaths now. Breathing in through the nose, allowing the breath to drop all the way down to the belly, expanding the belly on an inhalation. And then exhale, following the breath all the way back up and out of the nose. 2 more like that in your own time. With every exhale, see if you can release a little bit more. Inhaling as you lengthen the spine. Exhale, soften. Allowing the eyes to flutter open now. Let's start with the neck today. When you're ready, inhaling as you lift your gaze all the way up to the sky. Exhale, lower chin to chest. Feel the back of the neck lengthen. We'll do that a few times. Keeping that connection with the ground. As you lift the waist out of the hips. One more time. Exhaling chin to chest and hold it there now. With every exhale, see if you can melt the shoulders away from the ears. Feel a sense of lengthening the back of the head. And then on your inhalation, slowly lift the head back up using your fingertips if you wish. We're going to turn the head side to side now, keeping the rest of the body facing forwards. So if you had your headlights at your shoulders and hips, they'd be pointing forward straight ahead. And we're just turning the neck side to side. Experiencing what's going on in your neck and shoulders today. Are they happy today? And if not, send them a little love. The next time you take your head all the way to the left, see if you can drop your chin down to the shoulders and then up to the sky. Moving it down and up. Feeling and sensing the muscles that you're using in this movement. Bringing the head back to center, we'll turn it the other way now. All the way to the left. And then just dropping the chin down and up. And if this feels awkward or uncomfortable for you, then you can keep turning your head side to side. This movement just adds a little bit of a different sensation. We're using slightly different muscles. Wonderful, bringing head back to center. This time exhaling, chin down to chest. And then inhaling, left ear to left shoulder. Exhaling all the way back down. And then inhaling right ear to right shoulder. Making those semicircles. with the neck, keeping a little bit of weight in the shoulders. One more either side. Exhaling chin to chest, using your fingertips to lift your head all the way back to center. And then keeping your fingertips on your hairline, making little circles on the scalp. Give yourself a lovely scalp massage. So just circling with the fingertips. And then bring the fingertips down to the cheekbones, just in front of the ears. This is the insertion of the masseter muscle, one of the strongest muscles that we have, and we hold so much tension in our jaws. So I invite you to just give your jaws a little bit of a massage, see how that feels. You can use maybe just one finger, two, circling all the way down along the jaw. Releasing your hands back to your lap, and then maybe just wiggling the jaw a few times. Side to side, scrunching up your face a little. Don't worry what your face looks like, no one can see you. And then releasing, closing the eyes down for a moment. Just notice if there's any sense of movement, any energy, any sense of lightness there in the head and the neck. Opening the eyes, let's start to move the shoulders. So we're going to make shoulder circles, inhaling as you bring them forwards, up, exhaling them back round. You can keep the hands on your lap, bring the hands to the shoulders, or extend the arms, bringing the fingertips to the sky. Take your pick. Slow, mindful movement. And then whatever you're doing, let's take it the other way. So 3 to 5 circles back. Take your time. Lovely. Exhaling, hands back down. This time we're going to inhale, our arms out to the sides, palms facing down. Inhale and then exhale as you bring your shoulders a little bit further away from your ears. Notice what your sit bones are doing, and then notice what the crown of the head is doing. Find some length in between the two. From there, drawing navel to spine, we're going to slowly reach out to the sides. Engaging the core muscles as you reach over. Wonderful. From here, we're going to bring our palms facing up, inhaling, fingertips all the way to the sky. And then exhale as you bring your right arm all the way down, reaching over with the left, coming into a side body stretch. Feel the space all the way from the hip bone to the fingertips. Breathing into that space. Your hand can be grounded here or on a chair if you've got a chair next to you, or just out to the side. Wonderful. Inhaling as you reach both arms all the way up. Use your core, nice and strong. And then exhale all the other way. Rotating the ribcage up to the sky. Shine your heart to the sky. Keep grounding down through the hips. Lots to remember here, but as long as you're still breathing, you're doing it right. Wonderful. One more breath. Exhale. Inhale all the way up. And then exhale as you bring your palms to touch, pressing down into the soles of the feet, lifting up the heart, and then bringing the hands all the way through the midline, back to your lap. We'll come into our cat-cow flow now. So lots of options as always. You can simply slide the hands to the knees and then to the hips. So exhaling as you bring the hands to the knees, round your spine, bringing chin to chest, and then inhaling as you open the front of the body. So tailbone sticks out, like you're sticking your bum out, chest lifts looking up. Or you can exaggerate that movement by coming into these cactus arms. So a little bit of a back bend as you lift your heart, lift your gaze, bottom sticks out. And then exhaling, either interlace the fingers, drawing the spine away from you, or fold all the way forwards, releasing the head and the neck. We'll do that 5 times. Inhaling, opening up to the movement, exhaling as you fold. Mobilizing the spine. Bringing movement to the body. Maybe you're on the last one now. Make it a good one. Inhaling back to your seat. Wonderful. From here, feel the sit bones connecting down again. Root your tailbone down into the chair and lift navel to spine. Drawing the chest up, crown of the head to the sky. From here, we're going to splay the toes wide and pick them up on an inhalation. Exhaling as you plant them down. We'll do that a couple of times. Inhale, lift each toe, splay it wide. Exhale, release. Couple more times in your own breathing pattern. And exhaling as you release. We'll do the same with the heels now. Inhaling as you lift the heels off the ground. Exhale as you bring them down. Wonderful. Just noticing what your spine is doing. Can you keep it nice and tall? Lifting the spine out of the pelvis. And then from here, we're going to circle on the balls of the feet, circling one way and then the other, getting into all of those little joints of the feet. And then once you've done one foot, moving on to the other foot. Lovely. From here, maybe coming a little bit forwards in your chair, we're going to extend the right leg all the way out in front, digging the heel into the ground as you point your toes towards you. Again, notice what your hips are doing. Find those headlights, ensure they're pointing forwards. You can stay like this, breathing into whatever sensation you're feeling in the back of that leg or anywhere else. Or you can inhale and then exhale, bring your chest bone forwards. So we're not rounding the spine, we're simply bringing the sternum, the chest bone forwards, hinging from the hips, keeping the length all the way from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Keep drawing the toes towards your face. And then exhale as you release, slowly sliding that foot back towards you. We'll take it to the other side. So extending the left leg now, digging the heel into the ground, pulling the toes towards you. Notice if your hips are square. Use your hands if you need to maybe draw that left hip back, the right hip forwards just a touch. And then from here, breathing into sensation in the back of the leg, or hinging from the hips, bringing the chest bone forwards, keeping that spine nice and long. Keep breathing into whatever you're feeling, leaning into sensation. Finish your next exhalation. And then inhaling, slowly slide that foot back. We're going to come into opposite ankle and wrist rolls now. So you can simply keep your foot planting down on the ground as you roll the ankle and then the opposite wrist. Or you can lift that foot off the ground. So think about using your core here, drawing navel to spine and lifting out of the waist. Or if you wish, you can extend the leg out in front or out to the sides. Obviously, this is going to use your core strength more. This is going to challenge you more. The further your limbs are away from the midline of the body, the more that you have to work. So take your option. Put your ego aside and do what works for you. And know that whatever you're doing today is enough. Exhaling as you release, and then taking a moment before repeating on the other side. So rolling wrist and ankle one way and then the other. It's quite a challenge. It uses motor control as well. And I think I've said before, when we use opposite sides of the body, it really strengthens the connection between both hemispheres of the brain. Keep planting down the left foot here. Keep lifting out of the waist. And then exhaling back to center. From here, just taking the feet a little wider than hip distance, taking hold of your seat, and then bringing the knees all the way to the midline, away from the midline, making windscreen wipers with your legs. Wonderful. From here, returning to your seat, we're going to come into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. You can do this sitting in a chair against a wall, or you can do it standing using the chair. Again, as always, take your pick. So I'll demonstrate first, sitting in a chair. You can take the feet a little bit closer to the wall, and then see if I can reach the wall from where I am and you can still see me. So taking the feet a little bit closer to the wall, slowly walk your hands up the wall until your biceps are roughly in line with your ears. Making sure that the tailbone is rooting down into the chair. Spreading the fingers wide, pressing into each fingertip as you plant down the hands, and then see if you can get this wrapping round action of your triceps, as if someone was walking past you right now and you were trying to cover your armpits from them. So we're pressing down into the fingers, especially the thumb and index finger, and then we're wrapping those triceps round. This creates a little bit of space in your shoulder girdle. And then from here, let's notice what the spine is doing. So tailbone rooting down towards the chair, crown of the head lengthening away from the tailbone. Taking a few breaths here, pressing equally into the feet and the hands. Alternatively, you can use the chair, come into standing, taking a few steps away from the chair, and then bringing the head, again biceps in line with the ears, or perhaps coming onto the seat of the chair, planting the hands down and doing the same. Remember, if you need to, you can always use a blanket under the heels to bring the ground a little bit closer to your heels. So this can really help if you're tight in the legs. And the knees can be as bent as they need to be. See if you can get the hips high towards the sky. And you want to create this action of the spine pouring out of the hips. Breathing into any sensation you are feeling here. Holding for 3 to 5 breaths. If it feels like a challenge at any point, keep breathing. If your breath gets ragged, you know you're working too hard and you can come out of the pose. And we come out of the pose as slowly and mindfully as we came in. So taking your time, pressing into the soles of the feet and walking the hands up the legs. Coming into a balanced pose now. If you're standing, you can stay standing. If you're seated, you can stand up or sit down. I'll show you the pose in standing first and then in seated. We're going to come into one-legged Tadasana, mountain pose. So finding your mountain pose. The feet are like the number 11, kneecaps drawing towards the belly. Gently drawing navel to spine, lifting the heart, lifting the crown of the head to the sky. Fingertips energetically draw towards the ground. From here, make sure that the knees aren't locked out. Pressing into the right foot. Maybe taking a few bounces into that foot to get the proprioceptors working. And then we're simply going to lift the left foot, either keeping the toes grounded or perhaps just hovering above the ground. Remember, you have your chair here. You can use your chair for balance. This is my imaginary chair. Or if you can draw that knee closer to your chest. Remember, we want to keep that sense of balance as if you were keeping both sides of the body equal, samasthiti, from the midline of your body. Exhaling as you slowly release, shaking out. We'll do that the other side. So if you're sitting down for this pose, your sit bones are your feet. That's where you're rooting down from. And then you're lifting the foot off the ground, either hovering, keeping that sense of balance, of equanimity. Keeping that sense of length in your spine. Slowly exhaling. And if you're standing now, please come back to your seat. We're going to come into a forward fold. If you have a pillow nearby, or a blanket or a bolster, you can place it now on your lap. And then bringing your forearms or elbows to the support. Slowly bring your head forward, either resting your head in your hands, in tented fingertips, or maybe stacking one fist on top of the other and allowing your forehead to rest. And then I invite you to bring awareness to your breath. Maybe inhaling for a count of 3. See if you can lengthen the exhalation. Maybe exhaling for a count of 5 or 6. And these are just numbers. Notice what your inhalation is doing, how many counts, and then see if you can lengthen it. By doing this, we tap into the parasympathetic nervous system, rest and digest mode. Finishing your next exhalation, slowly, mindfully coming back up to your seat, and then ensuring that you have support behind you, turning the palms up if it feels comfortable for you, and closing down the eyes. Noticing the soles of the feet connecting to support, the tops of the feet, the ankle joints, the calves, backs of the knees, the thighs and the sit bones. With every exhalation, feeling a sense of weight, becoming aware of your belly, your chest, the entire torso, and the shoulders, the arms, elbows, wrists, the palms of the hand, the backs of the hand. Bringing awareness to the face and the back of the head. And then bringing awareness to the entire body. The entire body as a whole. The entire body as part of all that is. Noticing how you feel a blurring of your edges. A sense of connection. I will invite you to come into a metta meditation with me, keeping eyes closed. If you wish, simply repeat in your own head. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe and protected. May I be at ease. And as you say those words, bringing awareness to your heart space, feeling a sense of gratitude and compassion fill the front and back of the heart. And then with every breath, allow these feelings to radiate out in front of you, behind you, to the sides. And then repeating those words, bringing these feelings to and blessings to all beings. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be safe and protected. May all beings be at ease. Bringing your hands to Heart Hug Mudra now, placing your left hand over your heart, your right hand over your left. Thanking yourself for being present, for taking time out for yourself, to nurture yourself, to nurture your spirit, so that you can bring this sense of love and light into the world. When you're ready, releasing your hands, allowing your eyes to flutter open. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I hope you can shine your light for the rest of the day, for the rest of the week. Until I see you next time.